Yes, good morning. Today is 19th of November and the time is 7:40 a.m. I want us to quickly look at passwords. Passwords. And I'm making this statement. Facebook doesn't know your password. And not just Facebook. Um, YouTube doesn't know your password. Or let's say Google. Google doesn't know your password. Twitter doesn't know your password. Um, they don't know. They don't know. And there's no way them knowing it unless maybe they have some bad intention. So I want us to look at how computers store password or the systems that you use. If it's a Ghanaian system, if it's Google, if it's Facebook, if it's uh, how they store them, and let's just see how things work to clear that. And I'm making this video for a simple reason. For example, let's say if you're working in an environment where you assist people with, let's say, login things, or maybe you've created an account for someone and later you realize um, the person will be thinking maybe you know the password, or like once you created it or once it's your system, if he forgets the password, you know it. So this is the idea out there. For example, if you are using my system and you've created an account, so far as it's my system and the account is coming to me, that means I know your password. So let's quickly look at something. For example, if say I want to log into, let's say, Facebook, and I enter my password. Be fast, Facebook. What went wrong? My net is down. Assembly. Hey, this here is okay. It's back. Okay, the net is back. So let's try to log in again. Let's say this username. The claim I've make is Facebook doesn't know our password, but let's see something. Let's say I've typed anything at all. Yeah, you are not reliable. The password you've entered is incorrect. The password you've entered is incorrect. Okay, how did it know it's incorrect if it doesn't know it? I'll give you something, I'll give you something, you tell me it's not correct. That means you know the right one. Or even see a better message. If I type this, think this, you see, your password was changed about 2 weeks ago, and this is a clear sign that Facebook knows our password. Or this will kind of try to portray that Facebook knows our password, but the reality they don't know. They don't know it. But let's see how they are able to achieve this. Though they don't know it, how were they able to know okay it's wrong? How were they able to know okay you changed it 2 years ago or 2 weeks ago? Now let's see how things work out. And to do that, I'll use my mini Facebook, the small Facebook I'm building. So let's say I've logged in here, invalid password. Okay, so let me change the password. 10. Be fast, man. So let's say I want to reset the password so that I can key in a new one. I'm going to use K for the password, just K. So okay, password is reset. So I've entered K. Boom, I've logged in. So let's say this is my system and you have an account on it. You've reset your password, you entered K. Now I want to go into my system so that we can see where the key is. So let's see, let me clear this. Clear, and then so we can start again. I want to pull that password key so that we can really see how it is on the computer. I don't know why things are that slow. Maybe I can pass here and see. This doesn't even need internet, so why is it that slow? So let's see, this system you log in, this is where the information is stored, and you are a user, you are logging in, so that information will go here. So this is it, the username, the email is here, your mobile number. Now let's see the password. See, this is the column for password. This is the column for password. The key I entered, this is how the system converted it and stored. So the key I type is not on my system. That's how Facebook, that's how systems work. This is what is called encryption, or better still, hashing. If you type K, the key will be turned to something else, then the key will be thrown away. So what has been turned, the results is what will be saved on the system. A typical example, if the password is K, maybe the can, so the system can try to reverse it, and then let's say reading from back NaHK, and then it will throw the can away, and then it will save this. But somebody can just look at it and see, okay, let me try and adjust it, and the person will get it. But there is a complex formula that when you feed the K into it, it will give you this. And this is what will be stored on the system, in the database. So if I am the owner of the site or the application, it could be a Ghanaian company, it could be a foreign company. When account is created and you've entered a password, that password is not saved in the database. It is the encrypted version that is saved, or the hash that is saved. So let's see something here. Assuming we've forgotten the password and then we want to reset it. So okay, good. So I want us to see different versions of the password. And we are going here. So let's reset it again and see what will be saved there again. So let's look at what we want to use. Let's say this time around I'm going to use a long password. let's say this is my password, so paste it here, I've pasted it here. Good, I've set the password, so hey, it has to be, and then that long password. Good, so now this is what I've set the password to. Now let's go back to the database and see what is there. So let's refresh. Today my I don't know how my machine is behaving this way. The whole thing we want to see is what you would type into any login account. It could be your banking system, it could be let's say NAPCO you are logging in, or payslip. Let's say you're a teacher, you want to access your slip online, or you are in some corporate network where you use software and you have an account. Don't think those who build the system, they know your password. There are other things that I'll talk about, but this is how the system works. So let's see the new password I entered, and you can see it here. So this is it. You know, this is the key. The key password gave us this. This is the second one. When we use this as a password, this is what the system saved. And when we use this is when we use K, this is what the system saved. So these are the things coming into the system. So if you pull your browser, you create an account on my system or whatever system it is, the password you will use, that password is not coming to me. That password will be thrown away. I don't save it, or the system will not save it, and it will be converted using a formula. So then the final product will be saved in the system. Now let's go back and see something. Let's go back and reset the password to K and see something. So assuming we've forgotten the password again, let's close this once, and then we log out, and we assume we've forgotten the password again. So a reset. Now Facebook will not allow you to be doing this test. It will block your account. That's why I'm using this one. So we are using the same K here. Let's copy it. The new password is K, and that is it here. So we've reset it. The username is Kavun, the password is K. Now let's go back and see what we have in there. So if I come to users and I come to K, so now this is it. Now this is the new password. You know, this is the same K we type. I hope you are seeing something. Even the same K we used twice, we are saving something different. The first K we entered, this is the value the system saved. Another K we entered, this is the value the system saved. This is another feature called sorting. So not just what you even entered, it does its own thing to give you a strong password, that is a hash that will be saved. If we change the password one more time using that same K, something else will still be saved. It will not be that will be different from this one. So are you done? Drop it here. So this is the third time we want to set the password to K, that same K, the same K, same key, and it's reset, and then it's key. Now let's go back to to this and see how it's going to the developer, and you can see it's changed to something else again. So enter the key 100 times. Anytime new hash value will be this like a hash value. So anytime you enter a password, even if it's the same password you are entering again, something else will be generated. So this is how passwords come. So when you go to let's say the developer, or you tell Facebook, please, what is my password, they can't get it. They can't get it. They only give you an option to erase this and put something else there. That's the reset. Like they can retrieve the password and tell you this is, or for example, your Windows. Let's say if you log out and then let's say you log in. Hope this is right. This password I entered is not what will be saved in the Windows. Windows has SAS. Yes, I think yes, that is the file your password will be stored in for the user's account, but it's not the password that is saved. So if someone even dig deep to find the hash value of the password, the person can log in. So for example, if someone hack into this database, get the username all right, but these are the password that the person will be using, not like the one you set. So when the person comes back to enter that password, it will not work. Was I logging already? Yeah, it's not supposed to work. I was logging already. So that is it. You enter K will not be saved on the system. K will be turned to something else. So when someone even hack into the system and find that something else, and then comes back to enter a username, and then that's something else, and press enter, it will not. So this is how database are stored. Now there is this is the practice, and if a system you build doesn't conform to this encryption, you have problem with auditors, or like forensic auditors, or there are people that like audit systems, and they have to make sure this is the practice you put in place. So for one reason or the other, someone can decide to save them just how it is. You enter K, you can put a K in the database, and in that case, when someone hack into it, the person will see the K, and then the person will get your password. But that is not the practice out there. Most systems you come across that you create an account on, this is how the passwords are saved. Of course, if the person has a bad intention, well, he can even if of course, like, it can be this way, but I can also be saving it secretly somewhere. But that means like I have some pre-mind to do something bad, and that is it. But this is not how systems are built. So if you are using Facebook, if you are using WhatsApp, not WhatsApp, your banking system, don't think the IT guy behind there knows the password, or because he built the system he knows it. No, he doesn't know it. If he comes back to the database to see, these are the things he'll be seeing. And once you forget your password, there's no way him getting back the password, because this one cannot be reversed to give the K again. There's no formula you can copy this and paste this in it and tell me, okay, what value was converted to give this. So that's what makes it hash. Like one way is, you can change it to B, but you can't change B. In, I think in chemistry it's called chemical reaction also. For example, you burn a wood into an ash. You know, that ash is the, let's say, the salt, but there's no way you can reverse that ash to get the wood again. So that is what makes it hashing. Um, if you can convert a password to something else, but that something else cannot be converted back to the original, that is it. So for example, now this is what the key is. So anytime I want to log in and I enter my username and I enter key, now the system will pick the key and use that same formula. When it uses that same formula, it will convert it and see if it matches with this nonsense here. If it converts the key and it gets this same thing here, okay, then that means this guy knows the actual thing that was saved earlier. That is how it validates you. You enter something, your password to convert it again, and then compare it to this value here. And if it's the same, then it will tell you, okay, then you are the right person who created the account. So in short, what I'm just trying to say is, if someone builds a system, a software, or you create an online account, your banking system, you always say you are in a corporate environment, wherever you are, if you're using someone's system, don't think the person knows the password. If you forget it, the person can find a way to let you get it. For example, let's say you've forgotten your password. There's no way I can get you a link so that you can reset it. That is there. Or I can find another way to replace this with another hash value, and then maybe I can, let's say, hash M, and then copy the hash value physically and then come and put it here. Then I'll tell you, okay, now use M, but use it to reset your password. So there are ways or the developer can let you change your password, but the initial one you use, there's no way the person can know it. So it's, if you ask someone my password and the person tells you, then that means the person is not implementing the best practices. He's not going it this way, and there is no system that has to meet like that people have to use that will not go through this. If you're doing your own thing small way, then fine, for a testing purpose you can be doing it anyhow you want. But if your system has to go out there for people to use, this is the practice out there. There are those with there's a malicious intention. They can try to do it their own way, but this is the practice out there. And if your system has to be audited, then definitely it has to meet this standard. And before it can go out, then definitely that auditing has to come in. So that is it. And there is for example, I've keyed in here. I've keyed in K. If this is online, let's say it's Facebook, this key will now go to US. Then their system will, hash it or encrypt it, compare it with the value they have already. If it matches, then it will bring the results and to allow you to log in. Now, this key moving from here to before it gets to US, someone can grab it in the middle and use it for something else. That way too is there. But what this video is about is how the password is saved, and it doesn't save just how you type it as a plain text. That's not how it's saved. So don't think that's actually my focus. Don't think like Mr. X built a system so behind the scenes he can know your password. He can know, but he doesn't know unless he put in some dirty things. That means he already have a bad mind to do that. But it's not a system you build for outside, unless maybe you have some hacking mind, then you build your system that way. But if it's for business, you're building something software out there, these are the practice out there. So no one knows your password, and any IT guy in your environment that your my Facebook, he comes back and tell you this is your. Then that means he spied somewhere else and know the password. Or if you are using his system, you tell him, I can't remember my password, please. What is my password? You call him on the phone. If he's able to tell you this is your password, then he's doing something bad. He shouldn't be able to tell you, because it's not the password that goes to the system. It is something else, as we have seen in this video. So that is it for today, and it's simple. The whole idea in short is Facebook, YouTube, whatever system, online system you are using, you don't know your password, and we've seen step by step how the password is saved behind the scene. So when someone even hack into it and get this, then in fact, there are complex ways the person can still log in, but the IT guy behind the scenes, he doesn't know your password if you are using his system, unless he has some bad mind and decide not to implement this encryption things, which means like his system is not meant for public consumption. So that is it for today. I hope it helps to clear some confusion out there. People will call you, my password, please. You tell him you can't remember, and he'll be looking at it. You set it for me. Or is your system? Please. Behind the scenes, your password is not there. These are the things you see behind the scenes. So that's it, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, bye.